Hey, prodigious trip here. Sorry it's taken me so long to finally actually get back to the Daryl Dixon season. I know it's only a couple episodes, and it's been a while. I think it's actually been like 2 or 3 weeks now since it's actually had its season finale. But I've had other things I've been doing. I've just, I still have a normal job, and I still got family and stuff, things I need to do. So I really don't have time. Sometimes I just do all the videos and everything that I want to try to do. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it. And this is the season finale of Daryl Dixon. So, spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it. We'll talk about it right now. We kind of left off with Daryl actually about to fight a zombie. It was a variant, or it may have been just a normal zombie, but they shot him with a dart, or not a dart, but some kind of tranquilizer thing went into him, and it souped him up, and he was able to get stronger. And it looks like it. Again, I don't know what it was called, but it filled it with like acid or some kind of like really I don't know what the only thing I could think of is calling it acid. I don't know what else I would call it. And so Daryl knew that he had to make sure he doesn't touch it or anything, because if he did, it would, just like before when he touched the other zombies, it left like a burn on him, and it melted almost his skin and everything. So again, he had an axe and everything, so he was able to try to take it out. It's pretty good. So he was able to take that one out, no problem. Again, it was kind of cool just to see them actually, fighting zombies and stuff. I was really kind of disappointed that this didn't really have like a very great climactic ending, but it had a really good beginning, though, of this episode. So he defeats that one, cuts off its head, and throws it at the audience. And, I'm just waiting for Daryl to go like, "Yeah, I'm Daryl. Can you smell what Daryl's cooking?" He doesn't say that, but it would have been cool. So they take Quinn and they tether him up to Daryl. They give him an axe, and then there's I guess they put in 4 more zombies, again, all with the things that make them, I don't know, zombies, roided up zombies, zomroids, no, zombie roid, I don't know, whatever it was. Again, I'm glad that they're doing something different with the zombies and stuff. And Elizabeth and Laurent are just like, "Oh no, is he gonna make it?" And Laurent's like, "He's Daryl, I'm not, he's gonna make it, And then he starts praying and stuff, "Please protect Daryl." And of course, Daryl just kills all the zombies. One of them does bite Quinn, so he's technically almost out of the game. But then a bunch of the other people that were, I don't even know how to call it, the resistance, I guess. I don't know. They don't have a name, or maybe they did, and they said it in French, and I just didn't understand what they were talking about. So I apologize if there's been a couple of times when I accidentally mess up somebody's name, or I mess up a character and think that they're a different name, because, again, sometimes when they're talking, they say something in French, and I'm assuming they're talking about that person, and they're not, and I mess up the name. And so there's been a couple episodes I've done here where I actually called the kid, his name is Laurent, and I may have called him Noah or something else, or I think maybe Elizabeth did call him that, like it's a nickname or something, maybe. I don't know. So, but that's his name. Her name was Elizabeth, and the other guy's name was Quinn. Anywho, so again, I apologize if I messed up the names. My bad. But the resistance people, I guess, show up, and they help Daryl escape. Daryl ends up getting Laurent and Elizabeth out, but Quinn ends up dying and turning, and then he tries to eat Elizabeth, and there's this gate that Daryl's on one side and Laurent and Elizabeth are on the other side, and Quinn's attacking him, and so Daryl tosses Laurent his knife and is like, "Just kill him, you can do this." So Laurent does, and I guess that was his first kill or whatever. You figured he'd feel guilty or they'll talk about it, but they don't. It's just, and that's it. He kills him, he's good. And then they escape, and they go to a place called the Nest, I guess is where they were originally trying to go. But on the way there, he was from the first episode. I just call him Homeboy. Daryl killed his brother, and so he wants, revenge on Daryl. But he was given orders to kill the kid. And so he and a couple of his homies, they stopped Daryl and Elizabeth from getting to the Nest. And I mean, they beat the crap out of him, and they're about to kill the kid and everything too. And then for some reason, Homeboy decides, I'm not going to kill you, but next time I will. And he just leaves. So he ends up killing his own men, lets Daryl live, and then goes back to his, goes back to the bad guy place that's led by the woman who's evil. I don't know. I think her name is Jeanette. I'm assuming. I think that's it. So I'm just like, everyone else just like, she's like, what? Why did he save him? Why, he was supposed to kill Daryl. He said he was going to do that. He didn't. It was, you guys wanted me to kill the kid. I wasn't going to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And so he's in trouble with her. They get to the nest, and Daryl's like, all right, I got you here. I got the kid here. I'm going to leave because, I still got stuff to do back home. He doesn't say what, but he wants to leave. And then he's given a choice. He's like, maybe you should stay because life or whatever, we need another season. So he's like, okay, I'll stay. And you see Laurent on a beach. There's zombies everywhere, but I guess like he's fine or whatever. But I mean, it ends with them like looking out over on a beach that Daryl was about to leave on a boat. He decided not to. But he sees Laurent on the beach too. And I'm like, oh, he's got to rescue him from these zombies, but he doesn't say anything or do anything. He's just like, I don't know, just setting up for season 2. And then you finally, again, hear big spoilers. It shows back in, I'm assuming, America. Carol's on Daryl's, or Carol follows somebody who's riding Daryl's bike, pulls him over and says, I'm looking for the person who had that bike. And he goes, it's my bike now. And she goes, just where did you find it? And she ends up like, the guy's like, well, it's down this road and blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, I believe you. But, I kind of don't. But, if you tell me the truth, I'll try to come back, blah, blah, blah. So Carol sticks this guy in her trunk, takes off on Daryl's bike. And I know, I was just like, all right, where's Carol throughout this whole thing? I thought we were going to get her. And no, we get her at the very last, like little cameo at the end of the episode, the last episode. So it was a good season. I did like this one. I actually did like this show better than Maggie and Negan. But again, I still love those characters too, so I do want to see what happens. And then you're like, oh, I hope they have a crossover with Daryl Dixon. And I'm just like, wait, that would just have like another episode of The Walking Dead, just bring back everybody again, So don't know what they're gonna do, but still, I did like this one better, the Maggie and Negan. I like the variants. I like the setting. Again, having it in Paris was kind of really cool, so I like that. Some of these new characters, I was just like, The whole thing with Elizabeth, she wasn't really a good character. Like, she was supposed to be this nun, or she was the sister of the mother of, so she's the aunt, but she's there's just nothing about her that's like, oh, cool, I'm like, but apparently everybody's trying to get to her, so, like, I don't know why. And they keep saying that, like, Laurent's supposed to be the savior, he's supposed to do whatever, I don't know. So then, they get him to this place where they're like, oh, he's going to be the person that takes us to the wherever. Like, I don't know what kind of cult they're talking about or something, or if it's something like that, I don't know. So, but whatever. I mean, it had Daryl in it, so that's pretty much all I cared about. And again, that's how it ended. Nothing really super awesome. Like I said, it does show some of like what happened to him before he got to France, or what happened. Like he was put onto a boat because he got into a fight at this place where they had these rules and blah, blah, blah. So that's how he ended up getting to Paris. But still, it's just, I don't know. I really want to know what happens with, like, everyone's just hoping that they show, like, what's going to happen with, Rick. Like, everybody wants Rick back. That's pretty much it. Like, they've been teasing it for, like, I don't know how many years now. Like 6 years now? Let's see, this is 2003. It was in, yeah, it may have been like, I don't know. It's been a while since we saw Rick, and he's alive, and we want to know what's happening. And so next year, I guess, is going to be the one that's called The Others or something or whatever. Or I don't know. It's some kind of other zombie show. But hopefully it'll have him and Michonne and talk about what happened with them and everything on their adventure. And hopefully it's not just going to be like a mini-series. It can be like more than just 6 episodes and stuff like that. So, But yeah, so sorry it took so long, but hopefully we'll do another show. Let me know if you want me to. Just text me, or not text me, just message me in the comments below of maybe the next show you want me to review or whatever. But yeah, I'm Prodigious Trip. I'm outie. See you later.